Hello and blessed be everyone. Hello and welcome to another episode of Black Magic Talk. I'm your host, Mrs. Witchy Perfect, and I want to talk about Beltane because it is coming up here on May 1st. This is being recorded as of the 25th. So I'm going to actually talk a little bit about Beltane, and then I'm actually going to read about Beltane. So Beltane, of course, everyone knows is Maypole Day, where Wiccans and well, mostly pagans, but Wiccans too, will dance around a maypole. For us, I mean, we call to the goddess Denu and Belnus. So basically, and I love this holiday because not only do you get to dance, which I'm a big dancer, love dancing, um, but also you get to celebrate the coming of May or the coming of summer. Now we will do Midsummer's reading as well, but for right now, let's just stick with Beltane. Um, and I'm gonna do this throughout, everything. So I have my paper in front of me, but we're gonna talk a little bit about Beltane first. So Beltane, of course, like I said, is Maypole Day, and it's where we bring in the coming of summer. So spring has already sprung, and now we're going into the summer months. So May, June, July, and then August too. Some of August, most of August is you know the summer months. So, and this is where it gets very warm outside. Most people go to the beach or they go to the public swimming pools. I will be definitely taking my son for a swimming pool. Also, I do want to let you guys know that I am trying to get some people here. We're I'm going to record episode 50. This is episode 49. But for the 50th, I'm trying to get Matt Collins back on, and of course Sonia Smith. If we can get our schedules together, I don't see why we can't have them here on the 50th anniversary or episode anniversary of Black Magic Talk. It has been a wild ride, you guys, and we can look back at all the episodes we did, all the wonderful people we had. I mean, I had so much fun with Matt, and I'm very sorry to see him go, but unfortunately, he has other commitments, and that's fine. I wish him all the success in those commitments, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna just remember me, Matt, when you're famous, okay? When you're famous and you have all this money, just remember a friend or two. But no, and also I'm trying to get Sonia Smith back on as well to help me celebrate or help us celebrate the episode 50. Um, it's been an amazing ride. I can't tell you guys how amazing this has been for me and for all the guests that we've had on. Thank you so much for having coming on and talking to us about things and what this show means to you. I think definitely if I can get Matt and Sonia on, we should talk about what this show meant to them and what it meant to me. It was a great show. I get to talk about my religion, which sometimes you have to kind of keep on the down low depending on where you are. But I think this is a nice place where people can express themselves and can talk about their religion openly and freely. Even if you are Christian, Muslim, or Jewish, if you walk that path of witchcraft, there's no reason why you can't be those things and be a witch as well, or whatever you call yourself, a male witch, a wizard, whatever you call yourself. Um, and I really think that this upcoming Beltane, so many great things coming for me, in the works. My job literally is, moving at a pace, but I mean, there's so many ideas we have that we want to expand the company. And I get to be a part of it. So I'm actually very excited. I'm going to put the link in the description field. If you are in the Lancaster County, Pennsylvania area and you have a computer problem, you can go to Fix It Chicks. The link is in the description field if you have any questions. We also do phones. We do some phones and we do some game consoles. So just go ahead and check that out. Link is in the description field. But I'm very excited. And like I said, I hope to get on Sonia Smith and Matt Collins so that we can do the 50th. Also, I just want to make mention that if you would like a tarot reading, a personal tarot reading, and you don't want to come on the show, go ahead and DM me. My the link is in the description field. You can click on that and follow me. And you can also DM me, your requests. I can give you my information and the payments that will be due. If you would like to, if you don't want to come on the show, and you want a personal reading, we can do that offline. Again, all the information and pricing and stuff will be given to you beforehand, so you can say yay or nay. If you would like to come on the show and you would like to have a reading, a personal reading one-on-one, we would record. We'll pick a time that's good for you, and you definitely can pay, beforehand, and then we'll put you on the show. I mean, you can be a star. You never know, right? Like I said, we've had so many amazing guests on this show. So the 50th is coming up and I'm very excited. But now on to Beltane. Beltane is definitely, again, it's sort of like Ostara, it's the coming of summer. So, you're planting those crops. If you're a farmer, there's certain summer crops. I know strawberries are a big one for me because I love strawberries, guys. I can't tell you. I could sit there and eat them all day. And that's actually, as offerings, that's actually in there. Strawberry. So dairy, flowers, strawberries, cherries. I wasn't much for cherries, but you can do that. Or wine. I like the strawberry wine. I know, because I love strawberries. But I mean, like that sweet wine, I always like the sweeter wines because I mean, if it's too dry, I'm just like, no, can't do that. So Beltane is the coming of summer. It is a celebration of summer. And again, they get to plant the strawberries. That's what I'm for, right? The strawberries and the cherries. And like I said, I could eat strawberries all day. So that's like, and of course, like I said, I like being outside. I like being in nature. Everyone knows that nature is our church, whether you're pagan or Wiccan or whatever. Being in a stuffy building is not my cup of tea. So I like being out in nature and I like, that coming together of the community. Of course, I am in a coven. So also, I just want to make a brief shameless plug. My neighbor is an artist and I need to get her website from her again. But if you would like to look at her artwork on her website, click the link in the description field. And I don't know if you want to buy some of that art. I can definitely get you in touch with her. I can get you an email address or whatever. But click the link in the description field to see her artwork. She has beautiful artwork. I have one of her pieces. I love it. It's a mermaid she painted, and I like mermaids and mermen. And I just like the ocean. I love the ocean. I love being at the ocean. It's one of my things. So if you have time and I'm going to get that for her, from her, excuse me, I'm going to get that from her. And if you'd like to take a look at that artwork, please, please, please do that. She is an amazing artist and, she really, she paints like with her heart. And I really like that. So, just a shameless plug there. But now back to Beltane. Sorry about that. Keep getting off on tangents, but I just wanted to get that in there before I forget because I forgot the last time and I was like, oh poop. So if you get a chance, please check out her website. So if you look at Beltane from a farmer's perspective, remember that we're, you know, the farmers are literally doing their crops and we're getting ready for the summer stuff. I always liked when they plant corn. Now, I know corn is more of a Mabon thing, fall, they'll have corn on well, corn for, the coming of fall. But my summer thing that I used to do every summer was corn on the cob. And trust me, I used to shuck the corn all the time. My grandmother would make us do that. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back with you. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, so Beltane again is the coming of summer where we plant the crops like strawberries and like I said, corn on the cob for me was always a summer thing. We usually would have it like on the grill, or my mom would put it in like a big pot of boiling water and she would boil that and we would have corn on the cob along with like anything from the grill. So like steak, burgers, hot dogs. It's the coming of summer. And I can't tell you how many cookouts I used to have with my dad that I absolutely remember and are so fond of because I loved it so much. And it's you're going outside, you're being outside in nature, and it's like I said, it's getting warmer. I what I need to do is just go out in my bare feet and just stick my bare feet in the soil and just feel the energy from Mother Earth. So that's one thing I have to do. I have to do more of. So, but yeah, it's the coming of summer and we all celebrate the summertime. Of course, you go to the beach or you go to the pool or, the kids are out of school. My son will be out of school soon. I think his last day is like May or 29th or something around Labor Day. Usually we got out the first week of June or like the first or second of June or something. But they nowadays they try to get it as close to June as possible, right? Because he's in second grade. So, and he'll be going to third. I know he's growing way too fast. Told him to stop that stuff. But no, it's the coming of summer. So the kids are out of school. You get to go on vacations. You get to be out in nature. Camping is another one I love to do. Of course, when it's really hot, I more like to tend to the shade of camping. But and if we could have, air and stuff in there, um, like a little air conditioner or something, we would, have. My mom had a pop up camper that she would take us camping in. I tend to not like pop-ups. I tend to like travel trailers better, but you know, c'est la vie, right? Come see, come saw. So, but those are just some things that you can do during the summertime. And like I said, Beltane is a celebration of the coming of summer. So the what I was told about Beltane is that at Beltane, the goddess and the god mate, and the goddess becomes pregnant, of course, with the god. I think it's the Oak King, and then she gets pregnant with the Holly King. Um, Right now, my main goddesses are Kali Ma and Hecate, and also Isis and Freya also came into the mix. Um, because I feel a connection with Odin, I've also felt a connection with Freya. From the beginning, even before Odin decided to come in and say hi, um, I've always felt like a connection to Freya, because she was like the mother goddess, she was the mother of Thor. So, so I think I sense a lot of good things that came from her, even from a young age. So, okay, from now we're going, well, not from now, but now we are going to do the Beltane reading. And again, this is all optional. If you have substitutions, you can do that. This is not set in stone. You don't have to have everything on here. It is very, very optional. So a green or brown Sabbath candle. If you have a regular white candle is fine too. You don't have, like I said, you don't have to follow this to the T, because I have a goddess and god statue, not of Denu or Belenus, but I mean, I have the representations. I have statues of just the goddess and the god. Um, because my main gods and goddesses are, well, let's see, Freya, Diana, Hecate, uh, Isis, Kalima, And of course, I have the gods Odin, Simbi, which is a water sprout or sprite. He's a water god, and he helps with psychic ability. I have that. It's like 100 or 1,001, something like that. Spirits and demons and angels. You can look that up. And I just seem, that I seem to feel a really big connection to him. Excuse me, because I'm trying to, um, you know, excuse me, I'm trying to um, be a better, making my abilities, my psychic abilities better, so stronger. But remember that you have to meditate either every day or every other day. Keep that muscle going. Remember, it's like a muscle, and the more you work your muscles in like a gym, the more your abilities will come out. I have definitely been working on that. So a green or brown Sabbath candle, again, you can use white if you want to. I would stay away from black just for now. And black is not evil. It does take away negative energy. But I think we're on a waning moon, so you could use a black candle. But it's more for like, getting rid of negativity. So green or brown, again, you don't have to do everything on this list. So a god and goddess candles, or if you have Denu or Belenus statues, or if you have just the regular representation. So if you have the goddess, just a goddess sitting on a moon like I do, that can be your representation of any goddess you call to. Again, if you have a goddess statue or any of the goddesses statues that you call to, you absolutely, or that you pray, not pray to, but call to or ask to help you in your work, you can use those. You absolutely do not have to use candles. If you do want to use candles, gold and silver or red and white. So you can use another white one if you wish, red as well, gold or silver. So the gold and silver is for the god. You can use white for the god if you wish, but I would stick to like gold and silver if you can, or red and whites. Again, if you want to use just all white candles, by all means, please do. Again, they can be unscented or scented. It does not matter, and it will not affect your ritual tonight. Um, I prefer you do this on Beltane. So this will come out probably before Beltane, but if you want to come back to this. So if you watch this and then you come back to it, please, please, please do it on Beltane as well. And again, you can pause me, just pause the video. And when you hit play again, I'll say the words and you can just do whatever the ritual calls for. So the offerings of dairy, we talked about this: dairy, flowers, strawberries, cherries, or wine. You will only need one of those. If you have some strawberries that you can put on, or cherries, just make sure that they don't go bad. So if you do this ritual and you have strawberries or cherries there, or some kind of dairy, like milk or cheese or whatever, just make sure that you eat it. Like, you could eat it as the offering, but if you leave it for an offering, just make sure that it doesn't get all icky. Please dispose of that if you can. However you dispose of that, whether you eat it because it's not, gross or anything. If you give it back to the earth, that's fine too. Also, make sure if you're going to eat the offerings, please make sure that you wash them first, especially the strawberries and the cherries. I know they can get icky, but the dairy is okay. But I wouldn't let the milk out to go sour. I would actually drink it if you can. Completely and totally up to you. But yeah, I would definitely do that if you're going to do some offerings like that. If you have a specific god or goddess that you call to into your rituals, you may do the offerings of them as well. Again, try to not let it get all icky, and try to give it back to nature as best you can. If that means throwing it away, then do that. Okay. Again, these are all optional. You don't have to use these, or you can use the offerings of the god or goddess that you call to and ask into your rituals. So you also can do a miniature maypole. Again, that's optional. If you do, you can do take a toothpick and then like have decorative yarn around it. You can also take a toothpick and put decorative ribbon around it. Again, the options are completely up to you how you want to do this, and that was completely optional. If you have somewhere to put that on your altar, you can do that. Absolutely. Be as creative as you want to be. Again, this is your own creativity, so this is your ritual. I'm just saying the words. um get as creative as you can with it. If you can get like a stick, a stick from the ground, and you want to put decorative yarn or ribbon around that, by all means, just make sure that you do cleanse everything and consecrate everything before you do all that. I'm talking the ribbon and the yarn, ribbon or the yarn, or whatever you're using, specific ribbon or specific, just make sure everything is cleansed. The stick, before you put it on your altar, just make sure that is also cleansed. Okay. For your incense, you're going to need rose, lilac, or jasmine. Let me tell you guys, I love jasmine. I love the smell of jasmine. I also like the smell of rose as well. I use rose water on my face, and it really makes my face very soft, and it cleans it cleans my skin as well. So I use that also to take off my makeup. It's rose water. It's through Burt's Bees. I think you can find that on Amazon if you would like to use that. I love it because it's great for my skin. It makes my skin look, nice and rosy. No pun intended. But yeah, if you're like me and you are in a place where your smoke alarms will go off at the littlest things, you can also use this is white sage, but you can also use spray bottles and spray the area. um I also have frankincense and myrrh. That's because I call, like I said, I call Hecate into my rituals. So you can definitely use either or, doesn't matter. You can use incense, or again, this is where you can substitute, but only this part. If you have rose scented spray, you can definitely use that. Lilac, same thing. And I do have some jasmine perfume, so I probably will spray my office with jasmine just so that it smells that. Okay. Uh, like I said, everything here is substitutable. So if there's something you don't have, you can grab that before Mabon. Excuse me, before Mabon, before Beltane. And like I said, if you do not want to do the miniature pole, you absolutely do not have to. That is completely optional. And again, if you can't do incense, spray bottles will work just as well. Make sure you do the four corners. I would do at least the four corners before you open your circle. And of course, if you have sage or white sage in this, I would definitely spray the corners of the room. Okay, so let's move on. Once you've cast the circle, come back to your altar. Okay, so if you want to pause here and go ahead and cast your circle, go ahead and hit pause now. Okay, and when you're back, so you're going to light the goddess and god candles. Again, if you have the statues, you can just skip that part. But this is only for people who have that candle representation. Okay. We're going to say, on this Beltane day, when the veil between the world is thin, I call upon the goddess Denu, the great mother of all the gods. I call upon the god Belenus, the shining god of the Celts. Be here with me during this ritual. Be here as I celebrate love, fertility, and growth in the season of Beltane. Okay, now it's going to ask you to stand with your arms by your sides with palms facing upwards. And I shall say, this is the time when nature is in heat, when the sun's power is warm and strong. The earth celebrates the joy of creation. And as I celebrate this fertile time, the earth is rich and the seeds are planted. The wheel of life turns and turns again. Out of the seed springs new life, the wheel ever turning. Now it asks you to raise your arms to the side in the gesture of invocation, palms facing upwards. So, like this. However, if you want to do it out like that or in like this, again, completely up to you. And I shall say, I call upon the goddess Denu. I call upon the mother of the gods of the Celts. Mother of the gods of the Celts. Okay, that's what it says. Let me do that again. I call upon the goddess Denu. I call upon the mother of the gods of the Celts. I call upon the flowing one. I call upon the goddess of bounty, Danya, Denendin, Denuvis, Enu. Hear my call. Stand by my side. Grant me wisdom, health, and prosperity. Show me how to bring my desires into manifestation, to keep them bright and glowing with passion. Show me how to nurture the seeds of my creations, to grow them into their potential. Show me how to transfer my life, to grow in wisdom, truth, and purpose. The manual the mantle of Danu about me, the memory of Danu within me. Cross your arms over your chest. The protection of Danu keeping me. Uncross your arms and lock your fingers. From harm, from ignorance, from heartlessness, this day and night, from dusk till dawn, from dawn till dusk. I shall continue. I call upon the god Denalus, Benalenus, the bright and brilliant god of the Celts. I call upon the god of Belfire. I call upon the god of pastures. I call upon the god of purification, Belus, Belanos, Bile. Hear my call. Stand by my side. Grant me healing, restoration, and passion. Bring healing to my body, mind, and spirit. Shine your blessings upon me. Show me how to create with the fire of passion so that I can inflame the world with my light. Show me how to make fertile the seeds of my creation. Kindle the fire of growth within me. The mantle of Belenus about me. The memory of Belenus within me. Cross your arms over your chest, please. The protection of Belenus keeping me. Uncross your arms and lock your fingers. From harm, from ignorance, from heartlessness. This day and night, from dusk till dawn, from dawn till dusk. Okay, so now is the time to do any magical workings you want to do. You can ask for healing, love, and prosperity. Ask Denu and Belenus to bless your spell. Alternatively, simply clear your mind and focus on your breathing to feel into the presence of Denu and Belenus or meditate. And when you're ready, you can do your offerings. If you want to, take some time, hit pause now, and then come back to me. And we will do all of the blessings and, of course, all the offerings. So just hit pause. Okay. And if you're back with me after you have done your ritual now, you have done your spell, or you have done your blessings, meditations, and whatnot, we're here for the closing ceremony. Goddess Denu, I thank you for your presence and your blessings. I give offerings to you in praise and gratitude. May you both be pleased and fulfilled. I give offerings and thanks to Belenus of the long arm for your presence here. May you both be pleased and fulfilled. I give thanks and offerings to all spirits who are local and my ancestors, to where I am performing my rites. May you all be pleased and fulfilled. And now it's time to close your circle. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today. Again, if you do happen to follow along on Beltane, please do so. Again, if you need to pause in between or you need to substitute something, please do not worry. It does not matter what you do in substitution, as long as the words are there for you, so that you can do your ritual or rite or whatever you can do. Please do not fret too much if you do not have something. Again, you can do substitutions for, say, me, who has very sensitive fire alarms. I do the spray bottles. Okay. So you can buy, I'm sure, at a local store or Amazon, and you can do like next day shipping, where you literally can get rose or it was rose, lilac, and jasmine. If you have any jasmine perfumes, you can use it here. Again, don't be afraid to mix and match and substitute as need. And when you need to pause me if you absolutely have to do something meditation wise or otherwise. And like I said, in closing, I will have my neighbor's uh, website in the description field so that you can check out her artwork. Trust me, you will not be led astray. She has beautiful artwork. And like I said, I do own a piece of her artwork. So you can either, I think, if you can't get a hold of her through your through her website, excuse me, please DM me on X if you would like to get in touch with her to see how much her paintings are. Also, she does do airbrushing for hats and also shirts. If you would like to get in touch with her and you can't find anything on her website, just let me know and DM and I can get that to you. Till next time, guys. Blessed be everyone. Blessed be everyone. I just want to let everyone know that the AI song at the end is AI generated. Again, it is AI generated. Blessed be and have a great day, everybody.
In a cabin out by the pines, she lights candles, they intertwine. Her whispers drift through the night, under the stars her spell takes flight. With a notebook worn and gray, she calls the moon, shows her the way. Ancient runes beneath her gaze, in her circle the fires blaze. She's a moonlit witch in Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends. Sage and cedar fill the air, her sacred rituals laid bare. Under sky so big and wide, she carries secrets she doesn't hide. Her cauldron bubbles in midnight stroke, in the stillness the spirit spoke. She walks barefoot on the forest floor, in her soul the wild hearts roar. She's a moonlit witch in Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends. Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends. She's a moonlit witch in Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends.